Throughout 2024, my most used piece of stationery was definitely this Muji checklist. This is a very simple yet effective checklist that I use every single day. It's just tear off and it is quite affordable. With the start of the new year, I wanted to go to Muji to just buy a couple more of these notepads because I was just about to run out. And of course, I got sidetracked and ended up purchasing a few other things. So here's a little start of the year Muji stationery haul. Now, as I mentioned, I got 3 of these checklists just to make sure that I'm not going to run out over the next couple of months. Right next to the checklist, there was this adhesive sticky note. I am a sucker for sticky notes. I love sticky notes. These ones are thin and colorful. I thought maybe I could use these to separate home tasks and work tasks. I didn't realize that the whole thing was adhesive. I thought it was just like one section that was adhesive, but I was wrong. As I was leaving the stationery section, I noticed something very shiny and silver. This is a stainless steel desk organizer tray. Of course it is chrome, and it really caught my eye because I think that these chrome pieces are really beautiful. And yeah, it's got a really nice shape to it. It's not too big, not too small. Perfect to hold a couple of other things just on the desk. Keep things organized, you know? This was 15 Australian dollars, but I would imagine that you'd be hard pressed to find a similar item for a cheaper price with this sort of design. And to go in here, I literally walked past a chrome ruler. Kind of insane. I thought this was a silly purchase because like I already have a ruler, but you know, new year, fresh start, chrome start, and just like have that together in the organizer. That's nice. Now, of course, there is no way I could walk past the stationery section and not pick up a couple of pens. These are Muji's gel pens. If you don't know about them, you should get to know, because these are probably the best bang for your buck pen that you can ever get. Honestly, just try using it. You will understand instantly just how like liquidy and nice the ink rolls out of these pens. I know no one really cares, but I like to use a 0.5 for my blacks and 0.7 for my red for titles, and then for everything else. Now, I was planning to walk out of the store at this point, but honestly, on the way to the checkout, I walked past like the fragrance section and just got sucked in. I didn't know that Muji Australia started selling incense sticks. If you know me, then you'd know that I am a big sucker for incense. There's a green tea one as well as a fragrant olive scent. And they come in these small boxes, which is nice because that means that each stick isn't too like long. My room's quite small, so I don't need to burn a lot of incense for the aroma to kind of just like circulate around the room. So this smaller size is definitely perfect. Let's light one up. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Muji's incense line could be my new go-to. That's nice. I have 2 fragrances here, but I feel like there was 4 or 5 when I was actually looking. These are the 2 that stuck out to me the most. There's like sandalwood and other like heavier wood aroma scents, but I thought that these 2 were kind of interesting, green tea and fragrant olive. I feel like they would have a unique scent, something that compared to the rest of my collection, which is mostly like woody aroma sort of scents. Speaking about fragrances, since we're in summer here in Sydney, recently like the fragrances I've been using, they've been a lot lighter rather than heavier wood smoky aroma. I think this just makes more sense because on a hot summery day, you don't want to smell heavy and like in comparison. I feel like lighter citrusy scents really complement the summer vibes. You know, being a little bit lighter with your clothing, but also just with your aroma and your scent. I think this just works together well. Anyway, speaking of this, I got a citrus fragrance oil diffuser. Muji has 2 sizes of this. This is the smaller size of the 2, and I got the citrus fragrance. As I was just saying about my fragrances, I think that this citrus oil is going to like help lift the vibes in my room and keep it a little bit brighter. Muji sells the oil as well as the sticks that you put inside the diffuser separately, so if you go to the shop, just make sure that you buy both. Oh. 2 looks weird, huh? I think I'll do 3. I'll need to find somewhere suitable to put this one. Now, after I walked out of the home fragrance section, I walked straight past the kitchen area, which is so dangerous. But I ended up picking this yuzu salt. Yuzu is a Japanese citrus fruit that's commonly used in food, in beverages. In this case, it is used in salt. Not gonna lie, I bought this all yesterday, so I cooked some steak last night and ate it with this, and it was sensational. By the way, the pickles are really, really good. Steak and pickle. So in the last video I made these and they're already really nice. I assume that over the next week or something, I'm probably just gonna eat them all, but they're gonna get like more, like the stronger vinegary taste, I think. Stay tuned for the next pickle update. It's still pretty early in the day, so I'm gonna spend the next few hours working on one of my client projects, editing a video for their YouTube channel. Yeah.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone.
So today I'm with Chris. This is my good friend and my client that we work with all the time at the Bunshin Tattoo Studio. Today we're just doing some like admin stuff, I guess, preparing for the new year. Well, we got that done and I decided I was gonna ask Chris a couple questions and answer some as well, because Chris has been doing a lot of like art things for a long time, especially Wait, how long have you been doing tattooing for?
Almost, I think, 20 years.
20 years. I see Chris as like a mentor when it comes to a lot of this art stuff. Talk about it all the time. It's been very, very like good for me as an artist to grow. So let's answer some questions.
Just, I think the first initiative of thought is scary.
Yeah.
So you kind of think, how far can I get into it? What I want to become? But I think that scary thought becomes kind of familiar. And I think to really keep your eyes on your goal and to kind of work towards something, and to have that real steady, fast kind of attitude towards your goals, I think helps to kind of reach the points where you want to get. So if you want to start out something new, the thought's kind of scary, but you'll get used to it.
So you just got to do something and then find out some sort of punk, I guess, that you enjoy.
Keeping on tracks, I guess.
Yeah.
And kind of, and I'm sure you'll come across like hard times, big stresses, and you'll be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, and you want to change your course. But I think keeping on your track is probably a good way to kind of reach where you want to become.
For sure.
There's always going to be like a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always like spring after winter kind of thing. So after the hard times, there's always going to be good times. Yeah. So I think to kind of carry that kind of mindset. Did I answer the question?
Maybe I should talk about how we met, which was through a mutual friend. I don't know, it's like a little bit complicated, but from my high school, someone that I knew from my high school was getting a tattoo from one of the artists that was working here about a year ago.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam, shout out Sam. Sam was getting a tattoo on his hand and it looked so painful. But the artist, he wanted someone to sort of film it, I guess, and then Sam recommended me. And then I came and I filmed it. It was pretty good. Like, yeah, it looked cool. And then I didn't meet you on that day.
Why wasn't he that day?
Or the next time that I came in to hang out with Yasso and Sam. But I think eventually we met and then we just started like talking about like, I don't know, what we could do with interviews and stuff. So at first we did a set of 3 videos that was kind of interview focused, creating like a bio for you, like an online presence, I guess. And then from there we kind of came to the idea of like, we should make a YouTube channel and then like start posting videos in there. I think YouTube was just such a great like platform, and I did a little bit of research, but I noticed that there wasn't too many like tattoo channels that was bringing like a bit of a cinematic quality to the videos. So I kind of knew that the YouTube channel would work if we made it, and it's been about a year and a bit, and we've gained about nearly 17,000 subscribers, which
we've come a long way.
Yeah, it's very crazy. We've done quite a bit. At the same time, we did make a lot of videos as well. I think weekly for about that first year, right? Yeah, it was incredibly good to have. Because now
we got doing it. Yeah, it was hard.
No, but we built that like. What's it? Yeah. Wait. What's the question? I think this is all to say that when we kind of agreed and saw the vision together for YouTube, I knew that I could grow and keep like producing things that I wanted to produce and have like a heavy say in the, I guess, the visual side and stuff.
We both kind of different fields of kind of profession.
Yeah.
And kind of vibe off each other, and kind of clicking as well, human to human, with your clientele or your client, or in regards to whatever you do. I think it comes down to that human to human, that sincereness, and causing that strong value in between that one-to-one person. Yeah. I think that goes a real long way.
I think so too. Yeah.
Kind of think about using like lighter stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Like your rotary machine. Can we show them what a coil looks like?
Yeah, of course. Anyway.
Yeah. What is a coil?
My top drawer's a bit messy, so coils are these things.
This is like the base of your tattoo gun, right? Yep.
So there's different shapes, different sizes, but these are kind of coil machines.
This one's the cool one.
Yeah, they're all kind of brassy, kind of copper.
I like your rotary the most though.
But so these ones are used for lining and shading. So different kind of purpose. These are kind of shading, and these ones are lining, and these are shading. And I use these ones for color work, using color.
Yeah, making in the color. I was working at like a laboratory. I was working there for 3 years. First year was pretty much after uni, right? So I graduated, I did a degree of medical science, a bachelor's degree, and then I went into this job I was there full time for a while, and then I knew like instantly, I was like, oh wait, I can't, I can't do this forever. So then I went down to part time, and I slowly just allocated more time to do freelance as I was doing my full time job. Went to part time, and it was kind of like this to a point where I was part time like 3 times a week, and then working my side projects, I guess 4 times a week. And then I think after we met and we kind of came to like a good agreement with our business together, creating our YouTube documentary videos, I was like, it's either like now or never, because I've got a bit of a guarantee with a client and I really need to like make a switch at some point. So I think I was pretty fortunate. Like I had a good, clear time to then make that jump. I think after quitting, getting into like your own work, giving yourself more time, I guess it's like investing in yourself. You gotta like sacrifice a bit of time. But if I was to do it, I'd make sure you save up a bit of savings, you know, just in case, because like you can't guarantee that your freelance stuff will work out.
Before I started tattooing, I tried different things, and I wasn't really sure with what I wanted to do with my life, and I was kind of not confident. I didn't have too much courage, and everything was kind of new to me in my early 20s. And having that some sort of a strong push, having that determination, having dreams and goals, I think it helps you transition pretty good. And I think saving is crucial, big, because you'll have to kind of manage things if you're going to start from the bottom. You know, you might not get paid so well, so you have to.
Before you do quit, learn a little bit about your finances. It'll go a long way. If you even just like learn through YouTube or something, you can like kind of just do your basic taxes, know what you need to save, like how much is going to the government and then how much is going into your pocket. You will definitely like appreciate that in your first full year of like doing this stuff. So it was pretty tough. It was a pretty steep learning curve for me as well. I didn't have any like business background, so then going into freelance, I remember I was quite worried towards the end of taxation year. And yeah, no, I learned a lot from this first year.
Getting stress from society, from people to people, I think it causes growth for society, for your own good. I think for your future, it's probably a good thing to make mistakes, and even if you like stuff it up, don't succeed in that kind of thing you wanted to do, it's not going to go to waste, you know.
You'll probably learn something from the whole experience, no matter what.
No one's perfect, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think
yeah, that's true.
Give it a go. Transition. Freelance tomorrow.
Just cut it there. I hear that. So it started raining yesterday and it hasn't stopped, and it's not going to stop for the next whole week. So it's going to be a little bit of an indoor situation here in Sydney. That's all good. If you know me, if you know the channel, then you know I love the room, spending time here, got that good incense burning. I'm using the fragrant olive one today. This one smells really good as well. I do recommend this. So if you saw my last video, which was a little bit more of a technical one, specifically on the colors that I make in my video editing process. However, I use this book as a reference. And now this book here, this is a photo book that I created about 4 or 5 years ago on a trip to Japan. Now they are beautiful film photos that I took on my Contax T2. And yeah, I just printed them all out and kind of just binded them together myself. These are just for memories, nothing super serious. However, I wanted to document and just encapsulate that trip for me. And this was quite important with, I guess, my whole journey, because this was the first time I was really using film photography. I wanted to talk about one of these pictures in particular, which is the Tokyo Tower picture. Now looking at this photograph, it doesn't really seem too special, like there's nothing ridiculously crazy about it. It's a nice clean photo of Tokyo Tower. And when I took it, I was definitely thinking the exact same thing. But I think this is where I had a little bit of a revelation, because I was looking through this book the other day when I was making my previous video, and I realized that you can't take this photo anymore. Now, I don't mean you can't take a photo of Tokyo Tower anymore. Rather, this photograph could never exist anymore because there's actually a huge building that was built next to it here, and it kind of ruins the whole skyline. Something as simple as that means that you cannot take the photo that I took anymore, which makes this incredibly special to me. I think that that's pretty much the beauty of photography. You encapsulate a split second of time into a photo, and then that just lives as a memory, a time capsule almost. So this whole book here from 5 years ago is a great little memory for me, but as well, who knows, maybe in 10 years you won't see a lot of the photos that I took because the dynamic has changed. Like Tokyo Tower might be surrounded by more buildings. Like look at this photo. I love this photo. It's of this old couple looking at Tokyo Tower, or I guess below Tokyo Tower. I framed it very nicely there too. And yeah, just, I think it's kind of magical. This was all taken on my Contax T2. Now this camera, I've talked about it before, but I think it's time that I share this story fully. This is my first film camera. Now you might be thinking, that's a crazy first film camera, and I agree, it is probably the most ridiculous first film camera to own. However, when I was touring around Japan, I was borrowing my girlfriend's camera at the time, and then that camera, it was good, but it wasn't great. And my uncle, he was like, hey, I actually have a camera if you want to borrow it. So he went upstairs, came back down, and of course it was this camera. So he let me borrow this throughout my whole trip, and that's what I took all these photos on. And yeah, it was just really special because as the photos came out, I was just absolutely in love with the quality of them. This Carl Zeiss lens is amazing. It's very, very good. This is an amazing camera, and I am super grateful to now own it. The fact that this came from my uncle as well makes all the photos I took in this photo book just like next level special to me. It's interesting because with art, there are moments where you're really into one thing and then you pivot to a different style of the art that you're doing or a different medium. For instance, I was taking a lot of street photography pictures like when I was doing this. And then from here, I evolved a little bit. I guess I changed to more portraits of people, got different cameras for it, and etc. And now I'm not even taking pictures too often anymore. I found that video postcards are kind of a great replacement for me. There's something I can use in my YouTube videos. There's something I can also post to socials, and it performs great. It's fun to film. I love editing the video footage that I get. If you want to check out how I get my beautiful video footage, then you can check out my previous video. But yeah, this continuous pivoting of art, I think it's very healthy, and in the future I do want to move back to this. So yeah, if you guys are interested in photography content, then please let me know. I'm happy to talk about that a little bit. Recently, for the last year or so, I've been working on a portrait series. This series is of tattoos and people, and I'm trying to put my own artistic twist on that. And I've been doing this for quite a while now, and honestly, I've gotten a little bit tired of it. And I think this is also my first major hurdle that I've come with this project. I do want to continue with it throughout the early this year, try to put in as many sessions as I can, because this is a passion project. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not looking to get paid from it. It is just a piece of art, a body of art that I want to complete, and I want to put a full stop on it, and I want to make prints of it. I want to have a gallery, some sort of event, sort of celebrating the people that I've taken photographs of and the art itself, and bring that to a conclusion so I can then start something new. And this is probably a hurdle that a lot of people go through, especially with art stuff. So I don't know, I'm really hoping to keep myself accountable this year. January, February, March, the year's gonna go by quickly if you just let it slip by. So I'm gonna try to keep myself accountable there. If you guys been working on some projects recently too, let me know in the comments below what you're working on, what mediums you're using and stuff. I'd love to know more about your guys' projects, and I guess maybe we can keep each other accountable throughout the year, and I'll just keep updating you guys with this stuff, and then you guys can keep updating me with your stuff, and hopefully we can all make something special before the end of 2025. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice.